because we are frightened of so many things today. So, as he told the apostles, it is I, do not be afraid. So let us trust his words. Let us have faith in his words. So, my dear brothers and sisters, there was a little boy who went to attend catechism and after that attended the mass. In the mass, Father was explaining, I think, that you and I can experience Jesus here on this earth. And he quoted St. Matthew's Gospel, chapter 25, verse 31 onwards. He said, when you feed the hungry, you can see me. When you quench the thirst, you can see me. When you visit the sick people, you can see me. So this boy took it literally what the priest preached on that day. Mass got over, he was returning home. As he was returning home, there were two ways to go to his home. One is normal way, another one is through the park, garden. So on that day, this boy was going through the park. When he went to the park, he saw a lady sitting on the bench with tears in her eyes and looked hungry. And this boy, he had taken breakfast to have. Since in the church they had given some snacks, he brought it back. So when this boy saw the lady hungry, so he shared with her. And after sharing with her, he left the place and he was returning home. And you could see the happiness on his face. The moment the mother saw him, asked, son, what happened? What did you do? You feel to be so happy. Then the boy said, Mommy, I shared my breakfast with Jesus. And he related the incident. That lady who was in the park, she went to her house. The moment her sister saw her, asked the same question, I believe. You seems to be very happy. What happened today? She said, I believe, I had breakfast with Jesus. And he looked very young than I expected. So, my dear brothers and sisters, we often underestimate the power of a touch, the power of a loving word, the power of your smile, the power of your sharing with others. No, we underestimate. This, a touch, a smile, or caring, a loving word has got a potential, a power to turn a life around. It can change your life. Yes, for example, my dear brothers and sisters, when a boy and girl love each other, and when a boy says, or the girl says to the boy, I love you, the whole day the boy will be happy. Not only he will be happy, he will make others happy with that word, I love you. So, my dear brothers and sisters, in today's gospel reading, Jesus says one word, do not be afraid, I am with you, should change our life. Should change our life. But what happens, my dear brothers and sisters, in today's gospel reading we heard, Jesus was very sad. Even after saying to the apostles, I am he, don't be afraid, they were frightened. That is why he said, have you anything to eat? Give me to eat. So in order to prove that he is risen from the dead, he told his apostles not to be frightened. Today, even looking at us, even Jesus will be very sad, I think. Even after telling, even after performing so many miracles in your life, still you're, frightened of so many things. You don't trust me that I can save you. You don't trust me that I can protect you. You don't trust me that I can help you. Yes, my dear brothers and sisters, at times Jesus will be very sad. Even after performing so many miracles, the apostles had doubts. For example, my dear brothers, in the Bible itself, I would like to share with you 2-3 incidents. For example, if you take St. Luke's Gospel, chapter 7, verse 11 to 17. 11 to 17. There we meet centurion. This man had a son who was at the point of dying. Very serious he was. So during that time, Jesus was occupied or surrounded by the people. Somebody told the centurion, Jesus is there, why don't you call him? He can save your son. So he went to meet Jesus, but people were surrounded him. He could not meet Jesus. During that time, one of his servants came and told centurion, Sir, let us go back home. Why do you want to worry the master? Because your son has passed away. No use of calling him now. Jesus heard these words and he left the crowd and he came to centurion and said, My dear man, don't lose hope. Your son is not dead, he is alive. Come, let us go home. So Jesus went along with him. So many were crying in the house. So he asked everyone to leave the house except the parents of the child. And he told the child, Get up. And the child got up. The moment the child got up, everyone was shocked. At the same time, they were very happy. So, my dear brothers and sisters, Jesus not only said in words, Do not be afraid, I am with you. With this incident, he showed that with action. This is one example. There is another example that we can see. So in Matthew's Gospel chapter 14 St. Luke's Gospel chapter 8 verses 49 onwards. St. Luke's Gospel chapter 7 verse 11 to 17 was about Jairus centurion. And now there is another example. One day Jesus was going to a town called Nain. As he was going in the opposite direction, the widow's only son passed away. So they were carrying the coffin box. As Jesus was going, they were coming in the opposite direction. And mother was crying aloud, unable to control. Seeing her, Jesus felt pity and sad and said, Don't cry. Don't cry. So he asked the people who carried the coffin box to keep the coffin box down. And he said, by touching the coffin box, Son, get up. And the son got up and gave the son to his mother. So, my dear brothers and sisters, yes, once again, Jesus says, not only through words, but by this incident, do not be afraid, I am with you. It's true, my dear brothers and sisters, Jesus is with us. You can question, if Jesus is with us, why we are frightened today? If Jesus is with us, why we are suffering with so many problems today? Why we are suffering with so much sickness today? Why? Why there is a lot of tension in us? It's because it's true, God is with us, but are we with God? Are we with God? Most of the time, we are not with God. Because of that, we have that fear, we have that tension, we have a lot of problems and difficulties. So it happened once where Abraham Lincoln, the President of America, he was very sad because there was an internal war in the country. When he was frightened and looking sad, one of his friends came to him and said, "Why are you sad? Why are you frightened? God is with us." You know what Abraham Lincoln said, I believe? It's true, God is with us, but are we with God? Are we with God? A big question mark, my dear brothers and sisters. Everyone should ask ourselves, am I with God? If I am with God, I'll be in prayer. If I am with God, if God is with me, I will be doing the work of God. And I will be talking like God. I'll be loving like God. I will be helping like God. If I am with God, if God is with me. That is not there. That is not there with us. That shows we are not with God, my dear brothers and sisters. If you are with God, wonders will take place. Miracles will take place in your life and in a family. Yes, my dear brother, we need not be frightened of anything. We need not shed tears. Here I would like to give an example. A dialogue between a convert, a recent convert, and an unbelieving friend. So an unbelieving friend, he told the recent convert, I believe, "Is it true that you have embraced Christianity? You have embraced, accepted Jesus?" He said, "Yes." "That means you will be knowing about him a great deal, about Jesus." Then he said, asked the question, "Can you tell me where Jesus was born?" He blinked his eyes. "Okay, tell me at least, how many apostles Jesus had?" Again, he said, "I don't know." Then he asked, "At what age Jesus died?" Again he said, "I don't know." Then he said, "You might be knowing very little about Jesus." Then the man said, "Yes, it's true, I know very little about Jesus. But one thing I know, some years back, I was a drunkard. I had a lot of debt. And my family was falling apart. And my wife and children used to be frightened of me. But today, I left drinking alcohol. I stopped. Now I'm out of debts. I cleared all the debts. Now my wife and my children, they will be very happy to see me. They are not frightened. It's all because of Jesus. Jesus made all this possible for me in the family. So, my dear brothers and sisters, have faith in God, have trust in God. Jesus says, "Do not be afraid. I am with you. Even if you forget me, I will not forget you," he says. Even if a mother forgets a child, I will not forget you, he says. So have faith, a trust in his words, my dear brothers and sisters. You will experience wonders in your life. You will experience peace and happiness in your life. And you will experience courage and strength in your life. So, my dear brothers and sisters, ask for this grace. Ask God, "God, increase my faith and trust in you," like the apostles asked. Strengthen my faith in you. Spend time with God and believe what he says. Amen.